Good day, everyone. Ang pag-aaralan natin ngayon ay ang Chapter 4, The Study of Criminals. So una, si definition ng criminal. When we say criminal is any person who has been found guilty of a crime by a proper court after following all legal steps, the due process. Alam natin na meron tayong due process na sinusundan. Yan yung sa korte, step by step, para malaman at mapatunayan ba kung criminal ba talaga yung tao. Then, and is serving or has to serve the punishment ordered by the law. Meron tayo dito distinction between criminal and delinquent. When we say criminal, no, parang yung pag-usapan natin dyan sa ibabaw, is someone who has broken the law and proven guilty in court. Sa example natin, an adult who has found guilty of theft after a trial. When we say delinquent, usually a young person who has done something that goes against society's rules, or in some cases committed a crime but they are not yet legally considered an adult criminal. So itong mga delinquent natin, sila yung mga example, si offender or this delinquent ay 15 years old pababa. Okay, yung 15 below. Pag gumawa sila ng crime, hindi sila pwedeng makulong. Okay, so ang mangyayari, ibabalik natin sila sa kanilang guardian. Ibabalik sila sa kanilang parents. Okay, para maturuan sila at magabayan sila na hindi na ulitin yung mga ginawa nila. Pero, kapag above 15 years old and below 18 years old, kapag hindi niya alam yung ginagawa niya or hindi niya alam na mali yung ginawa niya, ibig sabihin, hindi niya na-calculate yung pain over pleasure, ang mangyayari, ibabalik pa rin siya sa guardian at sa magulang. Pero kung fully aware siya doon sa ginawa niya, siya ay mapupunta sa mga youth centers o yung mga bahay pag-asa para ma-rehabilitate sila, ma-reform at mabalik sila sa community as a law-abiding citizen. Okay, next natin, distinction between criminal and accused. So, si criminal, hindi na natin siya uulitin. When we say accused, is any person who is charged with a crime being investigated. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa siya criminal. Ang tao, kapag napagbintangan o sinabihan na commit siya ng crime, dadaan pa siya sa due process, yung napag-usapan natin kanina. Ang tawag lang sa kanya ay accused. So, pag nabigyan na siya ng final verdict, that's the time na pwede na natin siyang tawaging criminal. Okay, next natin, general classification of criminals according to the etiology of crime. Meron tayong acute criminal, no? A person who breaks the law suddenly due to an intense emotion like impulse and so on. So, ang magiging key term niya dyan, kapag yung crime ay dulot lang ng sobrang pagseselos, dala lang ng galit, okay? Example, yung pag-aaway and so on, ang tawag doon ay acute criminal. Si chronic criminal naman, a person who commits crime after thinking about it deliberately, and this has subcategories. Meron tayong neurotic criminals. Their actions come from the internal mental conflicts. Example, someone who steals small items not for need, but because of a deep-seated unresolved psychological conflict. Hindi dahil kailangan niya, kundi meron lang siyang psychological problem. Or another pa natin dyan, okay, si asawa mo, iniisip mo na may relasyon sila ng kapitbahay mo kahit wala naman talaga. So, napatay mo si kapitbahay kasi nga iniisip mo meron silang affair ni asawa. Next natin, si normal criminal, a person who is mentally like most people but they choose to identify with a criminal lifestyle or group. Example, someone who joins a criminal gang and adopts their behaviors and values, seeing it as normal for their group. Next natin, according to behavior system, okay, si ordinary criminal, the lowest level of criminal. Sila yung mga ordinary, from the word ordinary criminal. They usually commit common crimes. Yung mga common crimes lang na alam natin requires much skill or planning and they are very organized to avoid getting caught. Okay, makikita nyo na dyan yung example. Next natin, so organized criminals. They have high level, no? Tandaan nyo, high level of organization to commit crimes without being caught. Madalas itong organized criminal na to, dahil they are very organized, bibihira yung mga criminals na nahuhuli. Okay, they specialize in large-scale criminal activities. Again, pakibasa sa example. Meron din tayong professional criminal, highly skilled. Okay, ito naman yung highly skilled criminals who can earn a lot of money. Sabihin, ginagawa na nilang source of income. Kumbaga, trabaho na talaga nila yan. Okay? Their crimes without being caught because of their organization and expertise as well, same as the organized criminal. Next, according to activities, si professional criminals, yun yung kanina. Those who make their living solely through criminal activities, no? Ito na yung kabuhayan nila. Same lang yung kanina. Crime is their job. Yan, makikita nyo. Also, accidental criminals, those who commit crimes due to unexpected circumstances. Hindi nila sinasadya na maging criminal or makakommit ng crime. Meron lang pagkakataon na nangyari na hindi nila ginusto, kaya na-classify sila as criminals. Again, they are accidental criminals. Next, si habitual criminals, those who keep committing criminal acts for various reasons, often due to a lack of intelligence or self-control. Na example natin, someone who is repeatedly arrested for public intoxication or petty theft due to ongoing struggles with addiction or poor judgment. Kaya meron sa kanilang something na hindi nila makontrol. Kahit alam nilang mali, since nga, diba, habitual, patuloy pa rin nilang nakukomit yung mga crimes na yan kahit hindi nila gusto or talagang hindi na nila makontrol yung sarili nila. Next is situational criminals, those who are not typically criminals but get into trouble with the law because they commit crimes due to immediate problems like economic hardship, no, sa economic hardship, poverty, or security, safety concern. Yan, basahin nyo na lang yung example. Okay, according to mental attitudes tayo, first, active aggressive criminals. Those who commit crimes impulsively, often due to their aggressive nature. No? Example natin dito, yung papasok ka sa isang establishment, manunuto ka ng baril, sisigaw ka, and so on. Basta yung crime, ginawa mo ng merong aggression, no? Merong dahas. Di tulad ng iba, basta tinutukan lang, bigay mo yung pera mo, ibigay mo yung wallet mo, cellphone mo, tapos. Pero yung iba, no, sisigaw pa sila, manunutok sila, magpapaputok sila sa sahig o sa taas, no, para magulantang yung mga tao or magpanik at ibigay na yung mga gusto nila. Si passive inadequate criminal naman, yun yung mga those who commit crimes because they are easily influenced. Yun yung mga weak, no, individuals na madaling mauto, madaling hikayatin. Kasi nga, they are easily influenced by others. Kung anong nakita nila, may influensyan sila, ginagaya nila. They are passive, inadequate criminals. Next natin, si socialized delinquents. They are usually young people, no, who seems normal in behavior but have problems with how they learn to fit into society. They might commit crimes as part of group. Example, teenagers who participate in the activity because their peer group normalize it, even if they don't have severe psychological issue themselves. No? Kung nakikita niyo yung memes, no, sa Facebook, makikita niyo, no, meron tayo dito, ito yung gusto mo, pero to fit into society, no, ginagaya mo sila. Example, yung tubigan mo, simple lang. Okay? Yun yung normal. No, basta nakainom ka, okay. Pero to fit into society, kailangan may aqua plus ka. Diba? Ganun yung idea nito. Pero sa kanila, sa maling gawain. Para ma-fit sila dun sa grupo, ginagaya nila. Okay? Nakikiuso sila kung anong ginagawa ng isang grupo. Next, conclaims typology of robbers. No, same lang to dun sa mga criminals, pero ito nakaspecific siya sa robbers. Okay, professional robbers, highly skilled, plan big jobs, aim for large sums. Katulad ng kanina, characteristics, see robberies as a career. No? Ano pa, yung example natin ay well-organized, team executing a complex bank heist. Next natin, si opportunistic robber, act on impulse, target easy victims for low gains. Andyan yung mga characteristic na lack extensive planning. Basahin nyo na lang yung example. Again, same lang siya doon sa mga explanation sa criminal, pero ito again, nakaspecific siya sa robbers. Basta tandaan nyo, si professional, yan na yung way of living niya. Si opportunistic, no, pwedeng bugso lang ng damdamin or nung meron lang opportunity, tsaka lang siya take ng action. Okay? Or target is a victim for low gains. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya yung katulad ng mga organized, katulad ng mga professional, and so on. Okay, si addict robbers rob to fund a drug habit, often impulsive and desperate. Ibig sabihin, no, ang sinusustentuhan na nila yung addiction nila, hindi dahil may kailangan silang buhayin, hindi dahil nagugutom sila, again, to fund their addiction. Next, si alcoholic robbers. Okay, rob while drunk. Siyempre, no, nakakomit sila ng crime kapag lasing sila. Hindi tulad ng iba, kapag lasing, tulog na agad. No? Iba-iba ang epekto ng alak sa tao. Pakibasa na lang yung mga example natin. Next tayo. Okay, breeding grounds of criminality, causes of crimes. Unang-una dyan si poverty. No, this means having very little money. Ibig sabihin, no, si kahirapan, isa siyang dahilan kung bakit nakakapag-commit ng crime ang bawat tao. Now, next natin si ignorance. This refers to people lacking knowledge and understanding about the laws. No? Minsan, yung kamangmangan ng tao sa batas, yun din yung nagdudulot kung bakit nakakakommit sila ng crime. Maybe they are not aware na sa ganitong lugar, bawal sa ganito. Bawal yung ganito sa ganong lugar. Next natin, injustices and abuses. This refers to unfair treatment, corruption, or harm done by people in power or within the system. Okay, ito yung mga hindi nila nakukuha, ang hustisya. Hindi pantay ang treatment na natatanggap ng mga tao na sa mababang antas ng lipunan at nasa mababang or nasa mataas na antas ng lipunan. Next, soft state. This describes a government system where laws and rules are not properly enforced. Si soft state, tandaan nyo yan yung mahinang pamamalakad ng gobyerno or pwedeng mahinang pamamalakad doon sa inyong lugar. Kapag kailangan nyo sila, wala sila. Pinuuna nila yung mga pangsarili nilang kapakanan kesa doon sa bayan or barangay na pinagsisilbihan nila. Next, si fear. This is a widespread problem that affects almost everyone, rich or poor. Na example, ikaw takot ka magutom kaya ka nagnakaw. Takot ka maghirap at mawala yung kayamanan mo kaya ka gumawa ng iba't ibang crime and so on. Diba nga, meron tayong white-collar crime and blue-collar crime na mayaman o mahirap nakakapag-commit ng crime. Last natin dyan si lost family values. This refers to the weakening or traditional family bonds and values. Alam natin na ang pamilya merong malaking factor sa buhay ng tao at yung mga broken family, broken homes, no, nagkakaroon sila ng problem. At again, nagiging reason yan kung bakit sila nakakapag-isip at nakakagawa ng mali. Next, other basic causes of crime by Cirilo Trajo. First is hatred. Some people develop strong, violent hatreds toward others. Yes, no? Nang dahil sa hate mo sa isang tao, nang dahil meron kang kinikim-kim na galit or so on, pwede yung maging rason kung bakit mo siya gagawa ng masama. Okay? Pwedeng nainis ka sa ginawa niya, kaya sinunog mo yung bahay niya, and so on. Again, si hatred, pwede siyang maging reason ng crime. Next, passion. All people have strong emotion or passion. Okay? So, why it causes crime? Kasi nga, whether a person can control these strong feelings depend on their early upbringing and home environment. Uncontrolled passion can lead to criminal acts. Sa example, yung mga example dyan, basahin nyo na lang. Next natin, si personal gain. It's natural for people to want to improve their lives and provide for themselves and their families. Okay? Ito is very common, no? Tao madalas kaya nakakapag-commit ng crime para sa pansariling kapakanan. Kaya, si personal gain ay other basic causes of crimes din. Next natin, insanity. Some individuals are born with mental abnormalities and cannot control their actions or tell right from wrong. Diba? Alam natin na itong mga insane people, yung mga irrational people na to, madalas nakakommit sila ng crime kasi nga hindi nila alam yung ginagawa nila. Next is revenge. This means to retaliate or get back at someone who has wronged you or your loved ones. Okay, pwedeng may ginawa siya sa kapatid mo, may ginawa siya sa nanay mo, may ginawa siya sa asawa mo, kaya mo pinaghigante. Minsan yung kagustuhan natin na maghigante, no, nakakapag-cause din yun ng crime kasi minsan gusto natin ilagay natin sa sarili natin kamay ang batas. Kasi nga diba, merong unfair treatment na nararanasan ang mga tao, especially here in the Philippines. Next, si unpopular laws. These are laws that a significant portion of public does not agree with or support. Si unpopular law, kapag merong mga hindi nagugustuhan yung mga tao, yung kung iniisip nila hindi siya makatao, walang katuturan, walang silbi, yung mga pinapatupad, and so on. No, anong ginagawa? Nagrarally, nagpo-protesta, and so on. Kaya again, nagiging cause ng crime si unpopular.